there's never a time where your body isn't influencing your mind, and there's never a time where your mind isn't influencing your body. You have a body in your mind and a mind mapped in your brain, and it's the same. So a person then who's becomes so happy being unhappy that familiar feeling in them is something that they enjoy feeling, because they don't know who they would be if they didn't feel that feeling. Okay,
let's
okay. Let's
a lot
just
of sick people. You see that without their illness or is their identity, and without it, they don't know who they are.
And why? Why? Because the suffering. And I'm not saying this is for everybody. That person gets attention from it, gets people to visit, gets whatever they need. But in a sense, they also have relationships where they love to share the same emotions. And if you share the same experiences, you share the same emotions. So, Mark, let's get on the phone and let's complain for the next 30 minutes about how miserable life is. And then I'll try to top you and you try to top me. And we're using each other to reaffirm some type of conditioning, right? So that becomes the identity. So then let's just say you decide to stop blaming, stop complaining, stop making excuses, stop feeling sorry for yourself, stop talking trash, stop commiserating. You just say, I'm going to quit that. In the first hour, you do really well. But the problem is the body's saying, hey, Mark, this is where you normally
complained in an hour.
Yeah, this is where you call Joe and you start commiserating. So what does the body say? The body starts influencing the mind, and it starts calling up circuits in the brain that are connected to that emotion that you've been using all along. So then you start thinking about all the reasons you're unhappy. Now that thought leads to a choice. That choice leads to the same behavior. The same behavior creates the same experience, and the same experience produces the same feeling and the same emotion, and that same emotion starts to influence the very same thought. And now the person returns back to their same biology, and the health condition will always be there because it's the environment that looks like it's signaling the gene. But it's the emotion. So the process of change requires then not only addressing the mind, which is the thought, but also the emotion that's conditioned into the body. And if you break it down for people, they'll be able to distinguish in the process of change. Oh my God, like I'm fasting from a breaking an addiction. You know, your body's craving, I just got to suffer a little bit with somebody, and it wants to suffer. And you got to be able to work with it, and not just to sit there and white knuckle it, to learn how to self-regulate, to learn how to make those changes with your eyes open.